From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Good Tuesday morning. Just a quick little update on this Duff fire that's burning in Umatilla County, about 7 miles to the south of Adena. It's 300 acres, and it is off of Duff Road. And we don't have any word on containment on this one. We'll continue to keep very close tabs on it. Thankfully, that's the only fire in the region for this morning. Bottom line for the forecast, highs up around 100 degrees again for today, just like with yesterday. Winds picking up for tomorrow. Dangerous fire weather for tomorrow. So that's why we have vested interest in any fire that's already on the map, and then trending cooler with shower and thunderstorm chances going up towards the end of the week. But for tomorrow, first alert weather day, because it'll be gusty and it'll be very dry out there, so we could have additional fires starting or spreading quickly. This morning, already in the 60s and 70s for lower elevation, 60s and 70s also in the mountains. Your day planner for today going to be up around 90 around lunchtime, and then for the hottest part of the day, like I mentioned, lower elevation is going to be around 100 degrees. So lots to talk about coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest. New this morning, a fire at a Yakima motel forcing evacuations overnight. We're going to let you know who is stepping in to help people displaced.
And from City Hall to the federal courthouse, Pasco's former mayor takes on a new role. We have what it is and what's next for the city leadership.
And a big boost for young readers in our community thanks to a $12,000 grant. How the money aims to help keep kids learning throughout the summer.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal.
I'm Jade Elliott. It's Tuesday, August 12th, and we have some new information to get you this morning.
That's right. A fire at the Bali High Motel in Yakima has forced people out of their rooms overnight.
Details limited coming into the newsroom this morning, but here's what we do know. We know that people that were staying at this motel were all evacuated, and right now the American Red Cross has stepped in to open an emergency shelter at the Summit View Church of Christ on North 72nd Avenue.
Volunteers are providing food, cots, and other urgent needs for anybody displaced by the fire.
We'll, of course, continue to follow the developments on this story. As we learn more, we'll, of course, pass along to you right here on air and online. The cause of this fire under investigation as we speak.
Continuing our fire watch, one started along I-82 near exit 113 in a surprising way. So a pickup truck lost an entire wheel yesterday afternoon, and sparks from the incident ignited the dry median just before 5:30. Firefighters had the flames under control in about 20 minutes, containing it to roughly an acre and a half. No one was hurt, but officials warned to use caution when dealing with dry conditions.
5:03 and a crime alert for you this morning. The Richland Police Department says a 66-year-old man has died after he was hit by a car. It all happened around 11:30 on Sunday. Officers and medics responded to George Washington Way. That's when officers found that a person had been hit and killed at the scene, and the 40-year-old driver behind the wheel was found to be intoxicated. Officials say the driver was arrested on suspicion of vehicular homicide and booked into the Benton County Jail. They're asking anyone with any information on this to contact police.
Now in Pasco, Pete Serrano, the now former mayor of the city, has officially been sworn in as the new U.S. Attorney for the Eastern District of Washington. He says he was surprised this all happened so fast, and he's thankful to everyone who sent letters of support to the Trump administration on his behalf, which helped nominate him.
It's funny, I talk with my friends who got me out here 10 years ago to work for the Department of Energy, and one of the questions I asked him over text was, I mean, did you ever imagine where you would be and where I would be? He's risen through the ranks, Department of Energy, and obviously me in this position, and we kind of both chuckled. This wasn't really in the what's going to happen to Pete Serrano, bingo.
The city is set to vote on a nominee for the new temporary mayor during their workshop meeting, and they'll then have 90 days to find a permanent replacement for the remainder of his term.
5:04 now, and the latest water forecast for the Yakima Basin is in now, and it's not great news for a lot of irrigators this season. Apple Valley News Now's William Albert has more on what that means for people who rely on the Yakima Basin.
The Bureau of Reclamation says this year, senior water rights holders will get their full share of water, but those with junior rights, it's a different story. they'll only receive about 40% of what they usually get. As of August 1st, the reservoirs in the Yakima Basin were less than 40% full, which is way below normal. Officials say there's a lot of reasons for the shortage, but the drought has been a big problem for the basin, especially over the last few years.
So we're in the third year of a consecutive drought. It's a pretty significant issue facing the communities of the Yakima Basin, both for fish and agriculture. Currently, the pro rationing level is at 40% of normal. That's the third worst drought in recorded history and of the Yakima project.
Stewart says despite the basin having over 400,000 acre-feet of water stored, they're still far behind where they would like to be in a normal year.
This year started already about 250,000 acre-feet behind where we normally would have been. So we then have to make that up already. So this, in conjunction with it being a bad water year, that then exacerbates the situation to create a really extreme drought in this situation.
According to reclamation officials, this is the third year in a row of seeing some kind of drought. Now, officials tell me that a big reason for this drought is because of snowpack.
And Stewart says because of smaller snowpack from the Cascades and less rainfall, there just isn't enough water to go around.
If we don't have the water through snow and rain, we aren't able to deliver it. And that's the primary factor, just to be aware that if your district, your area, your farm's not getting water, it's just because it's not available.
However, Stewart says the Bureau of Reclamation is taking action through the Yakima Basin Integrated Plan, which looks to increase supply through conservation efforts.
Improve municipality, improve groundwater, habitat, and those type of focuses will help improve both the water supply and the biological benefits of the Yakima Basin.
The Bureau of Reclamation says it's working to make sure that even during drought, people are able to get the water they need. In Yakima, William Albert, Apple Valley News Now.
And the Bureau of Reclamation will continue to update its Yakima Basin water forecast each month as conditions change.
Now, it is back to school season, and Yakima Valley College is providing students an alternative path to their education. It's called the Step Up to College program. Now, this will help 16 to 21-year-old students that are disengaged from school, and it'll help them get high school diplomas or GEDs. The program is designed to be flexible in order to help students who have to work or have other obligations. It can even take students in the evenings in some districts. The program also works with nonprofit People for People to set students up for success post-grad.
They're able to help with resumes, cover letters, internships, paid internships, scholarships, gas vouchers to get to class or, to those internships.
In order to sign up, students must first make sure their school district has the program and re-enroll in school. Making a difference this morning, a local nonprofit is getting a big funding boost for a program that aims to keep kids reading.
Yeah, the Children's Reading Foundation of the Mid-Columbia received a $12,000 grant from Battelle, which operates Pacific Northwest National Laboratory in Richland.
And that money will go towards the Read Up, Stop the Summer Slide program. And this is an effort to get more than 10,000 books into the hands of children across Benton and Franklin counties.
The goal is to make sure kids don't lose those valuable reading skills, and you want to keep them excited about learning all year long.
Great people doing great things.
That's
great
right,
organizations. All right, keep it here because coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, homeowners, you'll want to listen to this. Imagine losing your home without even knowing it. Coming up, we have the scam that's costing families everything and the crackdown that's underway to stop it from happening.
But first, giving you that live look outside this morning. This is from our Apple Valley studios right here in Kennewick. It is 5:08 on this Tuesday, and when we come back, we'll check in with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert and a look at your forecast.
Want to hear something delicious? Yep, my spicy chicken strips are back, starting at $5, and covered with my new hot honey. Want to taste something delicious? You know where to go. Get so much more. Welcome to Jack in the Box.
Before, our service would be in and out. We wanted to switch to T-Mobile to make sure that we have better coverage.
T-Mobile is now the best network, and with the most satellites, we're connecting hundreds of thousands in places where cell towers can't reach with T-Satellite.
I signed up for T-Satellite to give me peace of mind as a mom that makes life better knowing that it's there when we need it.
Upgrade to the best network. Right now, T-Mobile will pay off 4 phones up to $3,200. Plus, hook you up with 4 new phones on us. Switch today.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
At Bruce Heating and Air, our technicians are not incentivized by commissions or to find problems. We only look for solutions to keep you cool. Now through September 30th, receive rebates up to $1,650 off on a new Daikin Fit system.
It's the biggest sale of the year, and this Labor Day, More Furniture is pulling out all the stops. Every bedroom, every living room, every dining room, all in stock, all on sale. Unbeatable prices and free white glove delivery of your entire purchase. You've worked hard all year. Now it's your turn to relax in style. Labor Day savings like never before, only at More Furniture.
Poor maintenance, old tires, bad brakes, that could be why the big truck hit you. Hit by a big truck? I know how to beat their insurance companies. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
Call 853-2222.
Starting at $4.49, you can get one, make it a double, or go for 3 delicious patties. Go as big as you want with my Bonus Jack combo starting at $4.49. Now you can say you're loving it and actually mean it. Get so much more.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
The guys from Workaholics try to go all the way.
No one has ever gotten 3 in a row.
We should phone a friend just to say how well we're doing.
And the stars from Hacks are in the hot seat.
You okay?
You know, it's not relaxing.
New Millionaire Wednesday on ABC and stream on Hulu.
Step right up to a Ben Franklin Transit Bus for a free ride to the Benton Franklin Fair and Rodeo. Load your strollers, bring your backpacks, and carry on your lawn chairs to get to the fair from 6 park and ride locations across Kennewick, Pasco, and Richland. That's 6 locations to park your car and ride for free on BFT. It's the fastest way in and out of the fair. Free fast fare to the Benton Franklin Fair to see the animals, ride the rides, and cheer on rodeo royalty. Don't forget about the summer concert series with artists like Jake Owen, Daughtry, and Winona. See you there at the Benton Franklin Fair.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We have a fire weather watch that has been posted for the bulk of our region for this would be for Wednesday from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Now, our friends at the National Weather Service in Pendleton elected to not include Morrow or Umatilla counties in this watch. I respectfully disagree with that. I think that the fire potential is going to be pretty high there as well. Okay, let's take you back to this morning. Temperatures are mild out there, 60s and 70s in Kittitas County, then in the Yakima Valley, also 60s and 70s for the lower Columbia Basin. You're seeing the same thing, 72 for Benton City, 64 in the Tri-Cities, and then in the Blue Foothills. It's the same thing, 60s and 70s. We do have some 50s in the higher terrain of the Blue Mountains. So for today, when it's all said and done, high temperatures once again going to end up around 100 degrees for lower elevations, about 10 degrees hotter than normal for the early to middle part of August. So let's tell you why this is happening, okay? Just on the domain of the page here, you see the spinning blue H. This is an area of high pressure. It's very strong. It's dominating our pattern. That's why we're hot. That's why we're dry for today. But for tomorrow, you see the sweeping cold front right here, this blue line with these little blue spikes. That's the cold front. That's going to pass. In the wake of that, winds picking up. It's going to be very dry out there, so that's going to promote fires to either start or spread quickly. And then we have this next storm system off in the Pacific. That's looming for Friday and Saturday. Shower and thunderstorm chances going up by then. So a lot of ebbs and flows to talk about in the forecast coming up in a few minutes.
Josh, thanks so much. It is 5:13, and taking a look at our national headlines this morning. Authorities across the country are warning homeowners and their families about a growing scam that fraudsters are stealing homes.
Now, it's a growing problem, and it can all begin with just a phony signature. ABC's Lionel Moise has more.
This morning, a warning about a growing scam with thieves taking ownership of your home without your knowledge. Lawmakers are trying to crack down on deed theft with those scammers taking the title of a property, often by forging documents. In Queens, New York, scammers preying on one woman who was in hospice care.
She could not even turn in bed or feed herself or hold a pen.
The thieves convincing the healthcare aides they were family friends, forging documents and using false notarizations to transfer the deed into their name, even paying the mortgage and liens on the house. The woman's son only finding out when a letter addressed to someone else came, welcoming them to their new home.
Losing a mother to failing health is devastating enough. Trying to protect her home from fraudsters during this time has made that pain and sadness far more difficult to bear.
Those thieves were the first people charged under a new law in New York cracking down on deed theft.
Home ownership represents the pinnacle of years of diligent and hard work and service. And that's why deed theft is such a serious and an awful crime.
And it's not just New York.
My parents passed away, and somehow they found a way to forge the signature.
In Dallas, a man was sentenced to 9 years in prison and ordered to pay $550,000 in restitution for stealing the home of this man's late parents and 19 others. Texas lawmakers introduced laws to protect victims and fight deed fraud while creating new penalties. Similar laws have also been introduced in Pennsylvania and North Carolina, but some have faced legal roadblocks. Lionel Moyes, ABC News, New York.
Many counties now have alert systems so homeowners know when a document is recorded that mentions their name.
Yeah, experts say you should constantly check on your property and watch for any unusual mail.
All right, keep it here because coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, Josh Colbreth is back with how your weather is looking for today and this week. It's all coming up in his first alert weather forecast right after the break.
Make your hard-earned dollars go further during the Labor Day sale at Furniture Row. Shop today, because the more you buy, the more you save. Plus, find huge discounts on living, dining, and bedroom, and 60 months no interest. The Labor Day sale, on now at Furniture Row.
Overturf Kia has officially relocated to Pasco, offering faster service and a brand new state-of-the-art facility designed for maximum customer service satisfaction. Experience? Drive-in climate-controlled service entrance for comfort and convenience. Expanded service capability with top-of-the-line bays to serve you better and faster. Comprehensive parts department. Relaxing customer lounge and refreshments. Great selection of high-quality and warranty-backed certified pre-owned Kias. Larger new car inventory with over 100 vehicles in stock, including hard-to-find hybrids and EVs, all ready to drive home. Grand opening specials include a new 2025 Kia K4 LXS with all the popular options, just $23,015. Shop online anytime. Overturf Kia, south of the Road 100 roundabout on St. Thomas Drive in Pasco.
This summer, turn moments into lifelong memories with Broadmoor RV. Feel the thrill of adventure and the warmth of togetherness. Explore the great outdoors with the comfort of home, and let every adventure become a story worth sharing. Broadmoor RV, we make camping fun.
Why is the Benton Franklin Fair and Rodeo the best week of summer? Because you get more of what you love about summer. More fun in the sun with thrilling carnival rides and games. More flavors to savor with your favorite tasty fair treats. And you even get more colorful sunsets as attractions help light up the cotton candy skies. So don't miss out on your best week of summer. August 19th through 23rd at the Benton Franklin Fair and Rodeo.
It's the Labor Day sale at Denver Mattress. And right now, the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Get 30% off our Doctor's Choice lineup. Plus, get 60 months no interest and free shipping. The Labor Day sale, on now at Denver Mattress.
Step right up to a Ben Franklin Transit bus for a free ride to the Benton Franklin Fair and Rodeo. Load your strollers, bring your backpacks, and carry on your lawn chairs to get to the fair from 6 park and ride locations across Kennewick, Pasco, and Richland. That's 6 locations to park your car and ride for free on BFT. It's the fastest way in and out of the fair. Free fast fare to the Benton Franklin Fair to see the animals, ride the rides, and cheer on rodeo royalty. Don't forget about the summer concert series with artists like Jake Owen, Daughtry, and Winona. See you there at the Benton Franklin Fair.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Tomorrow going to be a first alert weather day, as it is going to be dry out there. It is going to be windy, so fires could start or spread quickly. Let's show you how we get there. First, for today, a beautiful day, more sunshine just like with yesterday, and unfortunately just like with yesterday, it's going to be very hot out there. We'll be around 100 for our lower elevations. Up towards the Hanford side could be a little bit closer to 105 as opposed to 100. This is about 10 degrees hotter than normal for this time of the year. Vegetation dryness going to be significant in the Cascades and upper Yakima Basin, and then critically dry for the Cascades in the lower Yakima Basin and for lower elevations in general. So that's the bad news. The good news for today is that the wind gusts aren't going to be that strong. So just keep in mind the fire potential is certainly not going to be zero for today, but it's not going to be as high as it will be for tomorrow. More on tomorrow in a second, but first for tonight, mostly clear skies. Could have some very light haze up in the skies downwind of a fire that we're tracking on the west side. And overnight low is going to be in the 60s and 70s for lower elevations, 50s in the Cascades, 50s and 60s in the Blues. Now on to tomorrow. Okay, here's a little bit of good news for tomorrow. We're going to be cooler, about 5 to 10 degrees cooler as opposed to today, and that's where the good news ends, as we're still going to be critically dry for lower elevations. Then you factor in the wind gusts. This is going to be the real linchpin for tomorrow, as across the map they could gust anywhere between 30 to 50 miles per hour, some of the fastest wind gusts being in the Kittitas Valley. But oh yeah, fires could start or spread very quickly in this environment. So please, please, please be on your P's and Q's when it comes to heat safety for today, and then when it comes to fire safety for tomorrow. Thankfully, the trend's going to be cooler after that. We'll land at about 5 to 10 degrees cooler than normal for this time of the year. That's going to coincide with some shower and thunderstorm chances, especially for Friday and Saturday. We'll have more to say about said chances a little bit later in the week. Here's a 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Around 100 today, a little bit cooler, but a higher fire risk on Wednesday, then much cooler for Thursday and beyond. In Yakima, very hot Tuesday, dangerous fire weather tomorrow, then a big cool down with showers and thunderstorms becoming more likely Friday and Saturday. In Ellensburg, highs around 100 today, wind gusts around 50 miles per hour tomorrow, then cooler and wetter for the end of the week. In Hermiston, highs get above 100 Tuesday, cooler, but with an increased fire risk on Wednesday, then mid-80s Thursday through Monday with some small shower chances. Finally, in Walla Walla, very hot stuff today, a cooler and wetter trend after that, but first we got to get through some tough fire weather for Wednesday.
So 2 more days of this crazy heat, not crazy, but heat. And then, you know, mid-80s, low 80s. I'll take it.
Look, that's going to be a nice reward on the back side of this.
Oh yeah, I'm waiting for that.
All right, still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. From a royal Netflix renewal to Chance the Rapper hitting the road, we have what's going on in the entertainment world. It's all coming up after the break. It's 5:22.
Tuesdays are my favorite day of the week because the single Papa Burger combos are just $5.99. And I wait all week for this.
And so do I.
And that's why I always get 2.
The Tuesday special at A&W.
Stone Temple Pilots, the return. The legacy continues. Saturday, August 30th at Legends Casino Hotel. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster.com and Legends Gift Shop. Don't miss Stone Temple Pilots at Legends Casino Hotel.
At Fred's Appliance, we understand dishwashers, and nobody carries more Bosch dishwashers than us. We're the #1 Bosch dealer in the region, so you won't find this kind of selection in box stores. With every model in stock and ready to go, you can get a new dishwasher today. Swing into Fred's. We have thousands of in-stock, get-it-today appliances, making us the most convenient choice around. Your local appliance expert since 1962. At Fred's, we sell appliances, only appliances.
At Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons, your safety is our top priority. We are the only board-certified oral and maxillofacial surgery experts in wisdom tooth removal and dental implant placement in the Tri-Cities. With years of experience and a commitment to excellence, we ensure every patient receives safe, personalized treatment. Ask your dentist to refer you to the Tri-Cities experts in oral surgery, Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons. We look forward to meeting you.
Hello, Shelby.
Hello, Mariano.
Upload Mrs. Robinson's case.
Processing.
Is there any new information?
The record shows no driver at fault. However, we found footage which shows the other driver caused the wreck.
Nice job. What's the insurance company's offer?
You know it's too low. Should I ask them for more?
Thanks, Shelby. But you know when they hear from the heavy hitter, they'll pay much more.
The heavy hitter is the one for you. Call 853-2222.
Injured in a car wreck? Call the heavy hitter, Attorney Mariano Morales.
It's hump day, and you know what that means. Hello Country Fried Steak. Get a delicious meal for just $5.99 to make your Wednesday feel like the weekend. Yes, Wednesdays only, Country Fried Steak is just $5.99. Happy hump day from KFC.
The 3-Degree Guarantee, sponsored by Legends Casino Hotel.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. In your entertainment news, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex are staying in the streaming spotlight.
And Chance the Rapper is also making headlines, dropping a new album and announcing a 15-city tour across North America just in time for Josh's birthday.
Thanks, Chance. I know that was exactly what you had planned.
It was by chance.
Yes, that's good. Plus, a new Hulu original starring Lily James brings the Bumble founder story to the screen. So let's take a look.
The Duke and Duchess of Sussex have extended their contract with Netflix. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have worked with the streaming company since 2020 through their company Archewell Productions. Their collaborations include Harry and Meghan and With Love Meghan, among others. The couple will work on several documentaries as part of the multi-year deal.
Come around.
Chance the Rapper is going on tour. This comes after his announcement of his Starline album, set to be released on August 15th. Pre-sales for the And We Back tour begin today, with general ticket sales beginning on Friday. Chance the Rapper will visit 15 North American cities on the tour, which kicks off in Houston on September 26. Lily James plays the founder of the dating app Bumble in a new Hulu original, Swiped. Inspired by the life of Whitney Wolfe, the film follows her journey as she breaks into the tech industry as a young woman, allowing her to later become the youngest self-made woman billionaire. The film will be available to stream on Hulu starting September 19th. Disney is the parent company of Hulu and ABC News. And Oscar-winning actor Casey Affleck turns 50 today. And that's what's happening in Hollywood. Melissa Adon, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Are you getting on that pre-sale ticket list?
I don't think I'm going to be able to slide onto the list. But Chance, you got a lot riding on this album. The last one you released in 2019 was so bad. But everything you released before that was fantastic. So if you're hearing me, a lot riding on this.
Okay, enough said.
There's your pressure, Chance. Jeez.
All right.
Okay, well.
Other Chance fans would agree with me, I think.
I didn't listen to it, yeah, so maybe you're right. Okay, well, coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, wild weekend chases, one suspect hiding in seaweed, another surrounded by rattlesnakes, and we have how deputies caught them both.
And thousands of Washington kids heading outside this summer. Details on the state program making sure cost isn't a barrier to adventure. That's all coming up in your next half hour, but first here's your Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, Ford is planning to roll out a new and more affordable electric pickup truck. It would be a mid-size with a sticker price around $30,000. That's at least $20,000 cheaper than similar EV trucks on the market. Ford is hoping to have it ready within 18 months. A new study says smartwatches are not very good at tracking your stress. Researchers had 800 people compare their stress readings with what they actually reported feeling 4 times a day for 3 months. The result? Little, if any, agreement between the two. And finally, we've seen robots do laundry, even step into the boxing ring, and now they've joined a band. Yes, the talents of a robot band from China were on display at the World Humanoid Robot Games. What will they think of next? Hopefully not news anchors. Those are your Tech Bites. I'm Rhiannon Alley. Have a great day.
When the island speaks.
So, lazy river.
Ugh, cliff jumping, beaches.
Jet skis, water park.
White sands. Big pool, big
Water slide? It's time to escape to the great life with Norwegian Cruise Line. And escape to the family fun life. Ah, Now this is the great life. Welcome to the incredible new Great Stirrup K, only with Norwegian Cruise Line.
Herbal Essences is a force of nature, made with supercharged botanical blends. Our sulfate-free formulas deeply penetrate to boost hair health without the Salon Naturals price tag. Herbal Essences.
Hey, my treat today.
I don't think they'll take that here.
Of course they take Discover. You're stuck in the past. Unlike me.
You look rad.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places nationwide.
Totally.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good morning. Thanks so much for waking up with us, joining us here for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jade Elliott.
I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Josh Colbert.
All right, 3-degree guarantees looking 101. Get it? 101? No?
That's good.
Is it stupid?
Wow, that was really good.
I love that.
See? Yeah.
There we go.
All right.
Oh,
went
man.
Went with the forecast high of 101.
Did it.
And hijinks aside, it did verify at 101. So the jackpot went up to $150. So for today, going with the forecast high of 102 in Pasco Tri-City. So if it verifies between 99 to 105, jackpot's going to hit $175. If that doesn't happen, the jackpot could be yours. Find out how to win the jackpot by going to applevalleyNewsNow.com, clicking on the contest page, or you could scan the QR code that's on your screen. Okay, the bottom line for the forecast, another hot day like you just saw. A little bit cooler for Wednesday, but the wind's picking up on Wednesday. That means that fire danger is going to go up. Then we'll trend cooler and wetter after that. So speaking of the fire danger for Wednesday, it's going to be a first alert weather day. It's going to be windy, and it is going to be critically dry out there, so fires could start or spread quickly. Let's take it back to this morning. Feels very comfortable out there. 60s and 70s for lower elevations and 50s and 60s for the Cascades and Blues. Your hour-by-hour forecast for today for the Tri-Cities. Going to be sunny and 75 as soon as 8 this morning. Around 85 by the late morning, around 90 at lunchtime, and then again for the hottest part of the day, around 100. All lower elevations are going to be within a few degrees to either side of 100 degrees. I'll take you on that zone-by-zone tour of today's Toasty Tuesday forecast. That's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Thanks, Josh. We begin this half hour of news with a crime alert out of Benton County, where deputies had a pretty wild weekend.
That's right. It all started in Benton City when a man with felony warrants ran from a deputy, stripped down, and jumped into the river. So Pasco's K-9 team helped search, but the suspect slipped away, hiding in what he called seaweed.
Well, he didn't get far. Another squad was able to track him down on Monday and then took him into custody.
And that wasn't the only chase. Deputies also responded to a burglary in Findlay.
So when the suspect spotted them, he ran into a ravine. A drone then pinpointed his location, and when he realized that he couldn't outrun it, you see from the images, he surrendered.
Getting him out safely wasn't easy. Deputies had to dodge rattlesnakes and scorpions all along the way.
Oh my.
Ooh, terrifying.
532, the city of Waitsburg in Walla Walla County is breaking new ground with its first of its kind project for the region. After years of the community pool sitting closed, Waitsburg is ready to turn the page. Apple Valley News Now's Monique Garcia shows us the city's bold new vision for the once empty space.
For years, the Waitsburg pool sat empty, a reminder of summers past. But now, city leaders are turning a chilly challenge into a cool opportunity. City Administrator Randy Hinchell says after brainstorming what to do with the unused pool, a frosty idea took shape.
The idea came up to convert it to an ice rink. It kind of took off from there, where we looked at a bunch of different options and costs and kind of landed on this notion of filling it in and doing a synthetic ice rink.
Hinchell hopes this new winter attraction will put Waitsburg on the map and bring some much-needed foot traction to town.
What we kind of decided, because there's, in the wintertime, there's not exactly a whole lot of things going on in the city. And so we thought, well, if we could convert it to an ice rink and provide something as an activity during the winter months to kind of encourage visitors to the city, we're hopeful that it'll spur some economic development.
But the city's plans don't stop once the ice melts. Hinchell says this rink will be a year-round hub of fun.
We would pull up the panels and then convert it over to a skate park. We haven't picked out the ramps or the other items that go with it, but that's the thought process behind it, to make it dual purpose. So it's not just used for just a few months, it's available to be used all year round.
Of course, turning a dream into a reality takes more than just imagination. Grant funding helped make this vision possible.
We were able to apply for and secure a $102,000 grant with Walwell County for the project, which had we not received that, we wouldn't even be considering it.
Right now, the pool has been filled in, and the city is waiting for the perfect moment to pour the concrete. Hinchell says the summer heat is too intense for the next step, so construction will pick up again in early fall. The city also plans to cozy up the pool office for those chilly winter days. Reporting in Waitsburg, Monique Garcia, Apple Valley News Now.
And the city administrator says that they are hopeful to have the new synthetic ice rink up and running by this winter.
And it is back to school season, and thousands of kids in Washington have the chance to explore the outdoors, all thanks to a state program that's aimed at breaking down barriers to nature. The No Child Left Inside program, run by the Washington State Parks and Recreation Commission in partnership with the state's Recreation and Conservation Office, is awarding more than $1 million in grants to 15 organizations in 11 counties. The funding will help more than 2,500 children take part in outdoor recreation and education programs. Everything from camping trips to nature skills training, the projects will provide over 140,000 hours in Washington's mountains, rivers, and forests.
There's programs that we've seen like in Walla Walla that takes a rising class of freshmen, so all 8th graders that are getting ready to go to their freshman year of high school, they get to go together to a weekend camp to build that community, to learn some outdoor skills, and then help them build camaraderie for their freshman year of high school.
The programs began last month and will run through June of 2027. State Parks expects to open applications for the next round of No Child Left Inside grants in August. That's this 2026.
Well, making a difference, Tri-CCU and Campbell and Company are teaming up to bring one Kennewick couple in need a brand new HVAC air conditioner. Apple Valley News Now's Caleb Stipkovitz tells us what this gift means for the pair.
Jeffrey and Mary Johnson have been able to maintain their air conditioning unit for 47 years, but earlier this summer, their unit broke down and the couple determined they couldn't afford a new one. Although they were able to make some fixes to the unit, the Johnsons were left in the heat for several days.
It was horrible. I have that little portable that I put in there, and I put sheets in the doorways to keep the living room blocked off. And we sat in there for about a week. It was bad.
2 days later, the Johnsons received a call from the Tri-Coup Credit Union, learning that they were receiving a new HVAC unit for free. Tri-Coup has been giving away HVACs to people in need for about 2 months now, and it hopes to keep the program going.
It's just a beautiful thing. So are we going to be continuing to do this? Absolutely. Like I said, we plan on doing this a handful of times a year and just look forward to the partnerships with fantastic local companies that can provide this level of service and are happy to do so.
The Johnsons were recommended to Tri-Coup by Campbell & Co., the company that fixed their unit earlier this summer. Campbell & Co. then installed the Johnsons' new HVAC Monday afternoon. The new AC is especially exciting for Jeffrey, who was recently diagnosed with a liver condition. He had to spend time in the hospital earlier this summer due to heat stroke, and he says he is feeling thankful to now have the chance to relax.
Very grateful.
Yes.
And anybody to get in this kind of program be very welcomed. I mean, what do you say?
Yeah.
Other than thank you.
Now with their HVAC unit fully installed, the Johnsons say they feel like they hit the lottery. In Kennewick, Caleb Stipkovitz, Apple Valley News Now.
And the bank says they will give an HVAC to another recipient in September.
Good people doing good things.
We'll love it.
Love to see it. All right, keep it here because coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, a hometown favorite teeing off close to home. How Kennewick's Therese Warner is using local fan energy to drive towards her LPGA dream.
I'm giving you a live look outside this morning as the sun starts to rise. This is from our Bi-Mart camera in Yakima. Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert will have a look at your first alert forecast after the break.
Rowing on North Idaho rivers. Apple Valley News Now tonight at 6.
This week on GMA.
So we're going to put this one to the test.
This could save your life.
Go!
How to make sure your life jacket is safe and not a cheap counterfeit.
It's not one size fits all.
Watch the life jacket test.
Go on.
This week on Good Morning America.
What makes NUU unique? The amazing customer service that we offer to our patients. They know that they're heard, that they're listened to, and we genuinely care about their well-being.
From the second I walked in that office, I felt seen, I felt heard, I didn't feel judged. It just was like, we're a team and we're gonna figure this out.
I had a rare form of breast cancer. Dr. Fedino has just been fantastic. She was really just on my side and helping me, and I'm so relieved and blessed that I went there.
I'm nowhere near diabetic, and I feel amazing. And I lost 55 pounds, and I've been able to keep it off.
She had saved my life because if she hadn't taken just that moment to ask me one extra question, I absolutely would have had an ugly cancer 6 months later.
Go to NUUWomen'sClinic.com to explore the countless ways that wellness meets beauty.
Do you keep up with the trends or set your own?
Is the color dense enough?
Add more pigment. Launch on social.
We've got to take this global.
All right, so where do we go from here?
You've got to test it, perfect it, expand it. Never rest until it's right.
Introducing the business card that gives back all you put in. The new Chase Sapphire Reserve for Business.
Here in Grandview, we're happy to say that we found a home here for our pizza oven, and here we are making pizza for everybody. This restaurant really concentrates on pizza, some nice submarine-style sandwiches, and a full salad bar. And the high quality of the products that we use is, we're thinking it's going to set us apart. This is going to be a great place to bring the family, and here we are making pizza for everybody. Come on down to Grace Pizza. We look forward to seeing you here.
Make your hard-earned dollars go further during the Labor Day sale at Furniture Row. Shop today, because the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Plus find huge discounts on living, dining, bedroom, and save 30% on our Denver mattress lineup. Check out Doorbusters while they last, and make your cash go further with 60 months, no interest. Shop the largest selection at the lowest prices guaranteed. The Labor Day sale on now at Furniture Row.
New Wednesday, host Martin Short brings the joy.
Oh, there's excitement in the air, I must say.
While the stars bring the blank.
Jock strap.
Nose hairs. Ego. An all-new Match Game, Wednesday on ABC.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. All right, let's go ahead and take you on a zone-by-zone tour of today's forecast. We start off in Kittitas County, where it is going to be hot. It's going to be hot across the map, but Snoqualmie Pass 85 degrees for today, around 100 in Ellensburg, a little bit breezy, gusts between 20 to 30 miles per hour. Keep in mind the fire potential is not going to be 0 for today, but it's not going to be as high as it will be for tomorrow. In the Yakima Valley, these highs mainly in the low 100s. Also a little bit gusty here, especially in the upper Yakima Valley. And then in the lower Columbia Basin, high spanning looks like 102 to 104 is going to be the range. And these gusts also, well, a little bit gusty, between 15 to 20 miles per hour. And then in the Blue Foothills, looks like mid to upper 90s for the Morrow County foothills, around 100 for the foothills of Umatilla and Walla Walla counties, and then 80s and 90s for the higher terrain of the Blue Mountains. Also a little bit gusty here. These winds predominantly out of the north, between 15 to 20 miles per hour. Okay, the focus has been on fires for the most part, just given that tomorrow is First Alert Weather Day due to the fire danger. But I don't want to sleep on the heat potential for today, okay? As heat, just statistically, if you look at it, is the deadliest weather phenomenon. Saying that from a truth-based standpoint, not from a fear-mongering standpoint, but let's try to buck that trend, all right? So if you're going to take pets on a walk, the earlier the better. Plenty of water, plenty of sunscreen, plenty of breaks in the shade. But speaking of the fire risk, we'll go over some of the nitty-gritty of that coming up in a few minutes.
Thanks, Josh. 5:44, and take a look at sports now. Seattle Kraken are bringing back young defenseman Ryker Evans on a 2-year contract.
That's right. It was announced that Evans and the Kraken agreed on the 2-year deal worth just over $2 million annually. So the 23-year-old was the 35th pick in the 2021 draft and made his Kraken debut in 2023.
Last year was his first full year at the NHL level, and he ranked 3rd on Seattle in hits and blocked shots. Kraken general manager Jason Boterell said, quote, "He's shown improvement year over year, and we're confident that he'll take his game to another level next season." And from Kennewick to the professional golf stage, a Southbridge High alum is back in the Northwest this week looking to punch her ticket to the LPGA.
Apple Valley News Now's Dan Hansen caught up with her as she's set to tee off in front of family and fans later this week.
After traveling the country in the Epsilon Tour, Therese Warner is back in familiar territory, competing just about an hour away from her hometown in Kennewick.
Wild Horse and like everybody here has become almost like family.
Warner, now in her 2nd season on the Epsilon Tour, is playing in her 4th Wild Horse Ladies Golf Classic. She says being close to family and friends brings extra motivation, and she hopes to inspire young women golfers to dream big.
I hope that all of the juniors and high school players see this, that like we're out here playing and that they can do it too.
The Epsilon Tour is the final step before the LPGA, and every tournament counts toward the race for the card points. Warner says her history with this course could give her an edge.
I know it so well. Like, I grew up playing junior golf tournaments here, but at the same time, the way they set up the course, like it's really anybody's game out here.
She says Wild Horse's challenging layout requires strategy, but it's the fans' support that makes it special. The Southbridge High alum is looking to make the most out of her home course energy as she pushes toward her LPGA dream. Reporting in Pendleton, Dan Hansen, Apple Valley News Now.
And the Epsom Ladies Golf Classic is set to tee off this Friday with events happening all weekend long leading up to the tournament.
Exciting stuff.
I know. We have a handful of really good golfers out in the area right now.
So good.
Yeah. All right. So much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. We have your morning sprint. Everything you need to know before you head out the door this morning, and giving you that live look outside from our Bymark camera in Yakima. It is 5:46. When we come back, Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert will have your full first alert forecast.
Tuesdays are my favorite day of the week because the single Papa Burger combos are just $5.99. And I wait all week for this.
And so do I.
And that's why I always get two.
The Tuesday Special at A&W.
It's the biggest sale of the year, and this Labor Day, More Furniture is pulling out all the stops. Every bedroom, every living room, every dining room, all in stock, all on sale. Unbeatable prices and free white glove delivery of your entire purchase. You've worked hard all year. Now it's your turn to relax in style. Labor Day savings like never before, only at More Furniture.
The first time you try Bounce, it hits you. Your laundry feels way fresher, softer, with less static and wrinkles. So you start to wonder, if I put a sheet of Bounce on the finance guy, will it make him softer? The office dog less clingy? Bounce can't do it all, but for fresher, softer, better laundry.
Put a sheet on it with Bounce.
For 25 years, you've made Triple Play more than just a place to play. You've turned it into a place where memories are made. We want to thank our amazing guests and community. From birthday parties to company outings and spontaneous weekend adventures, your memories are what make Triple Play special. Here's to 25 years of fun and many more to come. Thank you for being part of our story.
At Shriners Children's, we're home to the world's leading pediatric orthopedic care. Because so many life-changing advancements start here, we provide access to the best doctors, And never allow your ability to pay for services to compromise the care your child needs. We're the first place to turn for the most common or complex orthopedic conditions. Home to possibility and empowering kids to achieve the extraordinary. Shriners Children's, the most amazing care anywhere.
It's hump day, and you know what that means. Hello, Country Fried Steak. Get a delicious meal for just $5.99 to make your Wednesday feel like the weekend. Yes, Wednesdays only, Country Fried Steak is just $5.99. Happy hump day from KFC.
Stacy Lee. First Alert Weather. Watch tonight. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Again, tomorrow is going to be a First Alert Weather Day as the fire setup is going to be quite risky. It's going to be windy and the vegetation is going to be critically dry, so we'll touch on that here in a second. But first, bring it back to today. Lots of sunshine out there. It's going to be a beautiful day, but it's going to be another hot one as we'll be around 100 for lower elevations. In fact, above 100 for places like Yakima, Sunnyside, Hanford, Tri-Cities, Hermiston, Pendleton. You get the point. We'll be about 10 degrees hotter than normal for this time of the year. Vegetation dryness is going to be significant in the Cascades and the upper Yakima Basin. And then for the rest of us, going to be critically dry. Now, the saving grace with today's forecast is that the wind gusts aren't going to be all that strong. We'll be a little bit blustery in the Kittitas Valley and for some other locations, but not nearly as windy as it's going to be for tomorrow. So we'll get to tomorrow in a second. But first, for tonight, clear skies could have some very light patches of upper level haze for White Pass, for the valleys, for portions of the lower Columbia Basin. That would be due to a fire that we're tracking on the west side, but we're not expecting any significant reductions to air quality. Overnight lows back down into the 60s and 70s for lower elevations, 50s in the Cascades, 50s and 60s in the Blues. Okay, for tomorrow, a little bit of good news. We're going to be cooler. And that's about where the good news ends, as vegetation is still going to be critically dry for lower elevations, and it is going to be much windier at this point. This is going to be the linchpin with the forecast for tomorrow's gusts could span anywhere between 30 to 50 miles per hour. The strongest gusts, again, in the Kittitas Valley. So in these conditions, fires could start or spread rather quickly. Please, 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 we beg of you, exercise all the fire safety that you've learned through the years. Thankfully, that cooling trend is going to continue into Thursday and beyond. We'll continue to keep it about 5 to 10 degrees cooler than normal for this time of the year, and that's going to coincide with some shower and thunderstorm chances going up for Friday and Saturday. We'll have more to say about these chances a little bit later in the week. We got to take it one day at a time at this point. Here's a 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Around 100 today, a bit cooler, but a higher fire risk on Wednesday, then much cooler for Thursday and beyond. In Yakima, very hot Tuesday, dangerous fire weather tomorrow, then a big cool down with showers and thunderstorms becoming more likely Friday and Saturday. In Ellensburg, highs around 100 today, wind gusts around 50 miles per hour tomorrow, then cooler and wetter for the end of the week. In Hermiston, highs get above 100 Tuesday, cooler but with an increased fire risk on Wednesday, then mid-80s Thursday through Monday with some small shower chances. Finally, for Walla Walla, very hot stuff today, a cooler and wetter trend after that, but first we got to get through some tough fire weather for Wednesday.
Now, the morning sprint.
Time is 5:52. It's time for your morning sprint in our 5 o'clock hour.
And we start with top 5 local things that you need to know this morning. Starting in Yakima, where a fire at the Bali High Motel has forced people out of their rooms overnight. The Red Cross has now stepped in. They've opened an emergency shelter at the Summit View Church of Christ on North 72nd Avenue. They're providing food, cots, and other necessities for people who have been displaced.
A fire along I-82 near exit 113 was sparked in a surprising way yesterday. That's when a pickup truck lost an entire wheel, and sparks from the incident ignited the dry median, burning about an acre and a half before firefighters could get it under control. No one was hurt, but officials are warning drivers to use extra caution in dry conditions.
And in Richland, police say a 66-year-old man was killed after being hit by a car Sunday night. It happened on George Washington Way. The 40-year-old driver was found to be intoxicated and has been arrested for vehicular homicide.
Benton County deputies had a wild weekend, starting with a man in Benton City who ran from a deputy, stripped down, and jumped into the river. He hid in what he called seaweed, but was arrested. In a separate incident, a burglary suspect in Findlay ran into a ravine, only to be found by a drone, and deputies had to avoid rattlesnakes and scorpions to bring him out.
And finally, the Children's Reading Foundation of the Mid-Columbia just got a $12,000 grant from Battelle. The money will help get more than 10,000 books to kids across Benton and Franklin counties, and it will continue to help keep reading skills strong and spirits high as we get ready to start school.
Now to your national headlines this morning. The U.S. and China are pushing back its self-imposed deadline for reaching a trade deal. They say current tariff amounts can remain in place another 90 days as negotiations continue. In an executive order, President Donald Trump keeps the U.S. rate for Chinese imports at 30%, and that's opposed to letting it rise to 54% as specified in a previous order. And China confirms its duties on U.S. imports will stay at 10% instead of climbing to 34%.
And in your business headlines at 5:54, Ford Motor Company is buzzing with excitement about its electric vehicle plans for the future. The automaker announced Monday it's making a $5 billion investment into a new assembly line and battery production. Around $2 billion of that infusion is earmarked for 2,200 jobs at its assembly plant in Louisville, Kentucky. That facility's production is covering converting from gas to electric to build Ford's next generation of electric vehicles. Other positions and investments will be focused on a Michigan battery plant.
In your health headlines, according to new research, fast walking could be the key to living longer. The newly published study involved tens of thousands of participants. They filled out a comprehensive questionnaire about their exercise habits, average time spent working out, also walking speed and health, and roughly 16 years later, they completed another questionnaire. Analysis of the data showed study participants who fast walked for at least 15 minutes every day saw nearly 20% reduction in premature death.
At 5:55, take a look at some science this morning. Marine scientists have discovered an astonishing ecosystem nearly 30,000 feet under the sea. These living organisms were found in the deep trenches below the ocean's surface between Russia and Alaska. The discovery was made while on a mission in a submersible. What is that? That is wild looking. Crews found a series of organisms that use the chemical compound methane instead of sunlight to survive.
Science is cool. Science rules.
Science rules.
All right, taking a look at what's trending this morning. A massive lightning strike lit up the sky in Mount Pleasant, South Carolina. So take a look at this. Ooh.
Oh
no.
Oh my.
That is quite the video.
Ooh. That is quite the storm.
Mm-hmm.
So this all happened. This is along Highway 17, and it happened right in front of that police officer's dash cam that caught it. The bolt hit a utility pole. That caused that explosion, and sent, as you can see in the video, sent flames and smoke high into the sky. And then, as you can imagine, knocked out power for the entire area.
Police say thankfully no one was hurt, but the highway had to be closed for several hours while crews repaired the damage.
If I saw that, I don't know, I'd just be counting my blessings.
100%. And I mean, unfortunately, sometimes we don't have the option of being somewhere else. They had to be on the roads, but they were trying to get home or go where they were going.
Stuck.
Even though they probably, I'm sure they knew the storm was coming, but I wouldn't be out there if I didn't have to be.
When thunder roars, head indoors. And I've heard storm chasers before say that they're more scared of lightning than they are tornadoes, because with a tornado you get at least a little bit of leeway. Lightning is...
It just happens.
Yeah.
But it is, being in your car is a safe place to be in lightning though, right? Because the tires act as like they ground.
I don't know. One time I thought my car got hit by lightning. No, it didn't happen. I mean, maybe that would explain a lot, but
that
no.
makes sense.
No, obviously didn't happen, but yeah, it felt close.
I think the tires and the rubber does kind of act as a grounding mechanism.
Yeah. All right. Well, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Coming up in our 6 o'clock hour, an internet sound from the past is about to go silent. Why AOL is finally hanging up on dial-up.
Oh, I thought it was already gone.
I did too.
Plus, it's time to drop the needle and turn up the nostalgia, because today is the National Vinyl Record Day. We'll tell you how you can celebrate coming up in your 6 o'clock hour. And Josh, what are you tracking?
Well, a beautiful sunrise in Yakima, first of all. Second of all, some heat for today, then an uptick in fire weather for tomorrow. I'll talk about all the moving parts of the forecast on Good Morning Northwest at 6.